Adekala sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Let's start the program. I am very glad to invite this 6-day webinar and good morning to all from Thiruvallur College, Papanasam, Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu, India. A 6-day webinar conducted by the Department of History. This topic discrimination among the human being in India, organized by Department of History, Thiruvallur College, Papanasam. A very good morning, everyone present here. I wish to you welcome you all participants. I hope the previous event FDP program, Faculty Development Program in 6 days, organized in the Department of History, a great success for this program. At the same, this event, always I hope the success for the 6-day webinar. And participants, thank you so much for your fulfilled supports us. And let us start the event with the best blessings of Tavadiru Guru Maga Sannidhanam and College Secretary, Thiruvallur College, Papanasam, and my Honorable Principal, Dr. S. Sundaram Sir, Thiruvallur College, Papanasam, and respected Dr. Ravi Shankar Sir, Head of the Department, Thiruvallur College, and my committee members, my colleagues, Dr. Madhuraviran Sir and Adakalam Sir. Good morning to all, and a special invite for the Sankari Ma'am. Good morning, Ma'am.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. All of the stand here, the letter prayer song.
அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திரும்பி அந்த செயல் மறந்த வாழ்த்ததுமே பார்த்ததுமே.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now let's start the event. Today, the webinar about the webinar, the discrimination among the human being in India. The discrimination is an experience that affects the million of people throughout the world. This result is making them handicapped in developing contribution to the society. So the main aim of the webinar to discuss about the poor peoples and education and social awareness and cultural contribution and social background, economical background, education for women's, transgender, tribal community and nomadic people. So all over the content by this conference discuss about the national laws and discrimination, then how to promote the inequality, the violence against the law and low caste people. So all about the topic discussed about the webinar. And now uh, I would like to deliver the welcome address, Dr. Adakalam sir. Sir, welcome sir.
Welcome. Good morning to all. Department of History, Thiruvallur College, Pavanasam, Tamil Nadu in India. On this good occasion, we pay sincere thanks to His Holiness Tavathiru Kundrakudi Ponnambal Adigalar, Secretary of this college. Our department has been conducted 6 days webinar program and topic discrimination among the human being in India. I welcome respected Dr. S. Sundaram sir, our college principal. I welcome sir. Then our department HOD, Major, IQC coordinator, Dr. L. Ravishankar sir. Welcome sir. I welcome my colleagues, Dr. M. Madurai Veeran sir, Dr. K. Rajesh sir. I welcome both sir. By the by, I have indebted to introduce Dr. K. Sangari Madam, Professor of History and Coordinator of History Wing, Director of Distance Education in Annamalai University. I tell some words about Dr. Sangari Madam. She is a great woman and sincere is a worker. She committed as a local secretary in South Indian History Congress in 2019. She is a well-talented person. Welcome, ma'am. My special welcome to all professors, scholars, and students. Thank you. I invite to preside over the webinar. I call to felicitation my department HOD, Dr. L. Ravishankar sir, the webinar. Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
Dr. Sundaram sir, our department colleague, Dr. Madurai Veeran sir, Dr. Rajesh, the coordinator of this program, and the organizing secretary of this program, Dr. Adikalam. So this morning itself I came from Tirunelveli since I was very busy with some other activities. Rajesh today morning asked to felicitate some words about this seminar, that is the gender discrimination among the human being in India. So it is a common one. Everyone know about this kind of discrimination, the gender discrimination, man and female. As a history faculty, from especially history students, we know from the very beginning that is the ancient period onwards, what all the discrimination happened among the human beings. And after the British period, what were the steps taken by the government to prevent the or stop the discrimination? But it's very shame that even after getting independence in 1950 or 1947 and became a democratic country in 1950, India is a very big democratic country. Every day we are suffering this kind of gender discrimination. Especially, house abuse, rape, dowry, kidnapping, and so many atrocities is being done against the women. In short speaking, we are a son of God. We must follow universal brotherhood. So forgetting all these things, the women's always being tortured by men. So many discrimination. Simply speak, I don't like to say so many laws and everything, because in the today's speaker, Sangari Madam, and tomorrow, day after tomorrow, remaining 5 days, all the speakers will give all the statistics for the law, what are the laws passed by the government of India in favor of the women and in protection of women. So I don't like to say that, but generally I want to share my feeling there. So at present day, each and every themselves. So I am the right person. Whenever we see the women, they are my brothers, they are my sisters. We must think about this. Everyone is coming from our own mother. Our mother is a woman. Our sister is a woman. But why it is happening in India? Whenever we know everywhere, child abuse, child raping, and gang raping. What are the words every day we are hearing? We are seeing television from television and the newspaper. It's a very shame to India. So the youth must think about this. We must have awareness. We are a great India. The Bharat has a great cultural background. We have a great history. In comparison to all the countries, India stands first in all culture. But this kind of discrimination today prevailing in India, it's a great shame. So to make awareness among the people, how women are being ill-treated or became that is called dishonored by men or somebody else, you should be avoided. So that's why to give the awareness among the women or men in generally among the human, this kind of seminar is being conducted today. That is a gender discrimination among human beings. You know, the government of central government, the state government has taken has passed number of laws, acts in connection with this kind of discrimination. But I don't like to go into deep. So the speakers will going to explain everything. That's why I request all the gentlemen, we are very proud that we are living in India. Our Bharat has a great cultural heritage. So total India must be free from this kind of discrimination. But today is prevailing everywhere, we see it, but gradually should be stopped. That's why today, the right time, everyone is in a quarantine, in a house, no? We are not able to go outside. So in keeping it house, we must think about what kind of discrimination is going on, whether it's right or wrong. It's totally inhuman. All the genders are same. It's the son of God, it's a daughter of God. So each and every citizen of India, the world must think about our, that is the God, our God. The God has given all the rights. So we must forget. We must think about the discrimination. Wherever we found the discrimination, we must give more importance to completely eliminate this kind of discrimination from the great body. So I wish this program definitely the future people, the future speakers will give you a detailed account about the discrimination, how the gender discrimination, how so many discriminations are there, and they will give very good statistics and very good accounts about this one, and it will get a great awareness to all the people, and wish this program success. And I thank Dr. Rajesh and Dr. Adakalam, Dr. Madhavan for having given a good opportunity to the people to conduct this program. Again, I thank Dr. Rajesh and Adakalam for conducting this program, and I thank Dr. Sangari Madam for accepting our invitation to deliver a lecture on behalf of my college. So again, I thank on behalf of the college management, all the staff members and non-teaching staff members, to all the participants and all the speakers who are going to speak the remaining days. And I wish the program in full success. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Next, I hand over the session. The today event resource person, Dr. Sangari ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
There's our today topic, the gender discrimination and crime against the women. Yeah, welcome, ma'am. Take it, ma'am. Hand over the Sangari ma'am.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to me to associate myself with Department of History, Thiruvalluvar College, Papanasam, for offering me an academic opportunity to discuss on the topic Indian women at doldrums, discrimination and crime. I am really grateful as well as thankful to Dr. Chundaram, Principal, Thiruvalluvar College, Papanasam, Tirunelveli, Dr. Ravi Shankar, Professor and Head, Department of History, Thiruvalluvar College, Tirunelveli, and Dr. Rajesh, Organizing Secretary, Department of History, Thiruvalluvar College, Tirunelveli, And apart from that, I will be happy to record my thanks to Dr. Madurai Veeran, Faculty, Department of History, Thiruvalluvar College, and Dr. Adakalam, Faculty, Department of History, Thiruvalluvar College, Tirunelveli, for offering this wonderful academic chance to discuss on the topic Indian women at doldrums, discrimination and crime. India, women constitute more than 50% of the total population, but anyhow, the women, that is, we are destined to face discrimination, crime, violence. So there is a need to discuss on the topic why we are destined to suffer. Men and women are equal. That a planet Earth is for the both men and women, but we are why destined to suffer a lot round the clock. This is a question at present.
I can't hear you.
First, the presentation is divided into three. The first one is we are going to discuss the reason for
While you
discrimination.
start identifying the problem, the first thing what you're supposed to do is collect all the relevant
Is
information. Collect all the relevant information related to that
discrimination
problem. You just see
against the women community in India. The third part is discussing how
the
to
problem
solve the problem in India. First section is the reason for discrimination.
clarify
Generally, it
and
is
then
the masculinity,
what are the constraints? What are the limitations?
physical mass of the men is one of the reasons for the gender divide or the emanation of discrimination against the women. There is a study that is published in the journal, European Journal of Archaeology. In that study, there are number of facts which are revealing that the gender discrimination has rooted in prehistoric societies. The study is based on cave paintings as well as graves, more than 500 graves. For the study, cave paintings as well as graves, more than 500 were taken up, and then that was published in the year 1990s. The study has revealed number of facts. The first one is cultural practice of valuing man over the women in his prehistoric culture. The second fact is there was a difference between men and women in the case of handling the power. The muscle power is based on or in the use of violence on women by the male. So these are the important three findings revealed by the paper. The one is cultural practice of valuing men over women is rooted in the prehistoric times. The second one is that is there was a difference between the power, physical power between the men and women. There is a difference. Still it is also going on. Difference is going on. The third one is the power difference. The power difference, muscle power difference was based on the use of violence by the male on the women. So we have to know that the discrimination started during the time of prehistoric days. So this first slide, the first study is going to reveal that, focuses that a discrimination is not a modern phenomena, but it is historical. It had its roots in the prehistoric cultures. We are seeing here some pictures, that is In that picture, that is the men are over represented, not women. Only men are represented in the slide. We are seeing in the slide the men over represented. Men are over representing. So from that study, from the painting as well as cave burials, we have to conclude that masculinity, that is a strength of the physical strength of the men, that is physical mass, inclined men to influence power over the fellow women society. This created some segment, that is a divide between the men and women. And another thing, why this gender discrimination? Why we are discriminated? Why we are not equally treated? The reason is patriarchy. Patriarchy is nothing but a system by which the men are having more power as well as privileges. According to the patriarchy, according to the system, men are enjoying almost all the positions as well as the powers. And the men inherit property as well as the titles, including the honors, etc., etc. Under the system of patriarchy, men play major role in almost all the domains, including politics, economy, society, etc., etc. And apart from that, the father is behaving as an absolute ruler of a family. Even in the case of histories, we are seeing, we are come acrossing number of male characters. Men are celebrated even in the histories. So what is the consequences? What about the consequence of the patriarchy? Because of the patriarchy, women are not led to take decisions. Most of the decisions are being taken by men, or the father, or the elder member of the families. So the patriarchy is a barrier to the progress or the development of women all through the course of history, even in the present day scenario. The Constitution of India, the constitutional provisions, legal, judicial, as well as international governance guarantee the equal rights of women. But this type of system, that patriarchy, led the women to suffer a lot, to face a number of a cumbersome risk. Under this provocation, we are demanding, the women forums, feminist movements are demanding this type of patriarchy, the age-old patriarchy, the patriarchal system must be eroded. That is, the women are not against the patriarchy, but the system, that the evils there in the system. We are not against the father or the elder members of the family, but we are against the evils, or that is the poisons there in the system. And another thing is, why we are suffering round the clock, 24 hours. 24 hours. Why we are suffering? We are human beings. We are living in the same planet Earth, but we are suffering a lot in different forms. The discriminations, abuses, the bias, etc., etc. There are a lot of constitutional guarantees, legal as well as judicial guarantees. There are a lot of international declarations, but we are still come acrossing abuses, problems, violence, crimes, etc., etc. But anyhow, it is a tougher task to understand almost all the legal culture which is existing in India is impossible. So under this provocation, we have to try at least to understand what are the rights we have to enjoy in the present day context, in the present day situation. That is, we have to have some legal literacy. Legal literacy is nothing but knowing the primary level in law, the basic things behind the law relating to the women must be understood, known by the women community. Otherwise, this type of discrimination, crime, and abuses will be multiplying in due course. To avoid this type of things, at least we have to have some knowledge on the basic important rights which are to be required for the betterment of the women community. For example, there are 11 basic rights guaranteed by our government of India. That is, nowadays women are having right to equal pay. We may demand equal pay. We are working equally, we are rendering equal work, but we are not given equal pay. So the getting equal pay is our right. And also we are having a right to dignity and decency. That is, we have to maintain our that is modesty. We never be that is demoralized. We have right to dignity as well as decency. We must be treated with dignity as well as reverence. The third is we are having right to oppose workplace harassment. If there is any bullying from the boss, we may oppose. We are having right to oppose the harassment at workplace. And another one is we are having right against domestic violence. Domestic violence within the family, violence from the family, from the husband, from the brother, from the intimate relatives. We are having right to oppose domestic violence. And another one is we have right. Female sex assault victims have the right to keep up that identity anonymous. That there is no need to reveal the identity. Female sexual assault victims there is a need to reveal the identity. It should be kept anonymous. We are having such type of right. We are also having right to get free legal aid. There are number of legal aid forums, free legal aid forums. We may get free legal aid to get resolved, redress our grievances and the problems. Women have, apart from that, we are also having right not to be arrested at night. We are having some right not to be arrested at night. And another one is we are having right to register virtual complaint. Suppose we are in distress in different situation, we may register our complaint virtually. There is no need to visit the police station or other to register our complaints. We are having this type of right to register virtual complaints. And another one is that is we are having to oppose the indecent representation. That nowadays it is usual morphing of our photographs, pictures, etc., for demanding some ransom or other sexual advances and other demands. And another one is stalking. Right to take action against. Suppose we are being stalked, followed. spied. And another one is we are having a right to zero FIR. So these are some of the rights that may be enjoyed by the women community. We are having lot of rights. That is, Indian Constitution has been providing lot of rights. Our judiciary is providing lot of rights. Apart from that, that is, we should be very thorough over this type of 11 rights. We have to know how to access it, how to demand it, how to enjoy the rights. These are the 11. The 11 is our, that is safety mantra. We have to have it, the 11 as a safety mantra. Another reason, why that is we are discriminated. We are living in the planet Earth. We are also the human being, but we are discriminated. That is the reason is social customs. Social customs. That is the first one is under the dowry. It is a practice, social practice. That is the women or the family of the women or the bride is demanded cash, gifts, jewelry, furniture, bedding, crockery, utensils, etc., etc. So it is prohibited by the Anti-Dowry Act of 1961, but still the practice is existing. So it automatically keeps the women at a lower level. That is, we are going to pay something to the bride for accepting our marital relationship. Why we should pay something for accepting our marital relationship? So it is a practice. It is banned. It has been banned. But anyhow, this is going on continuously. This type of giving dowry is badly affecting the family of the brides. Sometimes the dowry, the practice of dowry leads to crime against women. That is a dowry death, dowry harassment, etc., etc. Sometimes emotional abuses. There's a practice, a dowry practice creates emotional abuses. For the cause of dowry, demanding dowry, that is women, some of the women are beaten to death. So this is a worst practice. It is as it is a social, this still continuing. So this is one of the causes for discrimination in the society between men and women. And widowhood, that is this is one of the gender divides. That is, there is no, that is women, in the case of women, that is the widowhood is horrible, but on the contrary, the men, it is nothing. They are continuously leading their life. And another one is sati. Sati is no more, but in the year 2011, one case had occurred in India, so which proves that the sati is in practice sporadically in India. It should be brought to the level of 0. And another one, female infanticide. The third one, another one, the Pada system. And the last one, the women destitution, aged women destitution. In India, that is 2.19% of the population is under poverty line. That is 22% of the people in India are under poverty line. But the poverty is common, but in the case of women, it is more tenuous and painful because we are in the patriarchal society. So these are the social customs which brings some division, divide among the men and women. And another reason is discrimination. Another reason for discrimination is poverty. Poverty related to women, women's poverty. Why we are very poor? Why we are not having any empowerment? Not empowered. Almost all the 100% of women are not empowered. The main reason is that is illiteracy. For example, in India, the literacy rate of women is 65%. Literacy rate is 65% in the case of women. In the case of men, it is 80%. There is a difference. The literacy rate in India pertaining to women is not universal. That is, the literacy rate of women in India is only 65%, but on the contrary, the men is 80%. And another problem is health hazards of the women. That is, the diseases, health crisis, diseases and other health crises are common to both men and women. But the women are suffering more and more in addition to that because of malnutrition, mental health hazards, as well as gynecological issues. Health issues are common, but in addition to that, the women in India are suffering a lot because of malnutrition, mental health issues, as well as gynecological problems. And then there is no equal pay for equal work in the case of women. Indian Constitution guarantees for equal pay, equality, etc., but we are not provided equally for our equal work. And another thing is, that is there are laws, legislations and constitutional provision for equality of right, equal enjoyment of property right. As per the Hindu Succession Amendment Act of 2005, women have equal share in their parental or ancestral property. According to the Hindu Succession Amendment Act of 2005, according to Hindu Succession Amendment Act of 2005, women have equal share. Women must have equal share in their parental as well as ancestral property. But we are very hesitant, that is, we women are very hesitant to ask a share from their family, from their father or the elder members of the family, because they are always thinking of their well-being of their parents as well as their family. That's why they are not asking equal property right for their own well-being as well as their own empowerment. And another reason why that is discrimination, why we are discriminated, that is negative stereotyping. Our society, our social attitude is always against women. That is, women are negatively picturized. Negatively, we are seeing there in the picture, you know about. That is, women are considered as passive subordinate. Yes, we are passive.
দুই জায়গাতেই আরম্ভ
On the other
হয়েছে
side,
কিন্তু
consider as
এইটুকু না।
a negative trait. A negative trait. We are passive. But the society is going to consider it as a negative. That is, we are said that we are natural temptation. We are tempting and less productive. Less protective. We are picturized. We are focused. That we are less productive. This is unbelievable. We never accept this type of concept. We are also working 24 hours. And in addition to regular work, we are doing 6 hours domestic work. So under this provocation, it never be considered as less productive. We are emotional. Everybody emotional. We are reflecting our love, anger, etc., etc. That is, both are emotional. Men and women are emotional, but the society is going to say that women are more emotional. That is, another one is necessary evil. That is, women are considered as necessary evil. As it is a evil but necessary, that is why that is men community is accepting. Domestic danger. Another stereotype is domestic danger. Nurturant. That is, we are capable of bringing up the old age people, children, etc., etc. And another one is inescapable punishment. That is, a men society is going to consider women as inescapable punishment. And another one is sarcastical one, that is painted with a fair color. So the negative attitude from the side of the society, from the side of the men, that is automatically making us weak. For example, that is in a circus, the ringmaster making the massive elephant into a docile one. Similarly, the society in India has made us as a docile as well as the negative by saying this type of things. Negative stereotypes. So in the first part, we have seen why we are discriminated. Lack of awareness, poverty, patriarchy, etc., etc. are responsible for gender divide or gender discrimination. Now we are going to see about what are the major crimes, what are the major violence or offenses against women. The first one is rape. The rape. That is according to the data. That is, one rape occurs in every 15 minutes. 2 women are being sexually assaulted every 1 hour. 1 married woman is beaten to death every 6 hours. 90% of the offenders are known to the victim. 90% of the women, the affected, are known to the victim. That is close intimate violence. Most of the offenses are being occurred by close relatives or close intimate members of the family. The total reported case as per the data of 2018 is more than 33,000. So that is, regularly we are come across these type of problems. It is not a human trait, it is an animal one, but in the world we are facing these type of problems. Violence against women by the family members. There is a data by National Record Bureau, that is 28.4% of pregnant women suffer because of domestic violence. That is, in the year 2011, more than 8,000 dowry deaths which had occurred on different occasions. And another data is in the year 2011, the torture cases, that is wife beating, etc., etc. The cases were more than 99,000. One crime is occurring against women in every 3 minutes in India. So we are for the family. I am facing domestic violence. Suppose the family is not safe for women, where will we go? There is only one planet that is purely, solely for human being. Suppose is there any planet for women, we are ready to move towards that.
Crime against women in India honor
Honor killing. Sometimes a girl or girls are being murdered by a family member, father or other, because of the reason that the girl or the girls have brought dishonor or shame to the family. We are sometimes killed. The only reason that we have brought some dishonor as well as shame to the family. That's why we are killed, murdered by the family members, even including the father. There is a case which occurred in the year 2012. A father decapitated the head of his daughter, 20-year-old, by a sword. As the daughter was dating a man, the father decapitated the head of the own daughter. So similarly, number of cases are occurring. In the year 2015, the honor killing case, the number is 251. And cyber crime, another crime against women is cyber crime, virtual crime. That is committed by the gadget criminals. Nowadays, we are branding that criminals another type, new type, that is gadget criminals. There are a number of crimes committed against women by the gadget criminals, that is unauthorized access and hacking our net, etc., etc. Morphing is one most dangerous one. Some of the people are morphing, that is changing our photograph or our picture and thereby threatening us. Morphing is one of the most serious problems nowadays, and web hijacking, pornography. That is indecent portrayal of women and demanding something.
All participants need
And cyber talking, the following a women,
following
women by
for option
phone calls, web, net.
very interesting and knowledgeable.
As per the data, that is more than 27 cases has been filed for cyber crimes against women. The most and the worst crimes in the case of cyber crime is morphing as well as pornography. The last month there is a news that a woman was demanded a ransom, heavy amount to remove the picture from the particular file. So this is modern thing committed against the women. And child marriage. Child marriage. Below 18. Women below 18 have no right to get married. But below 18, the girls below 18 are forced to marry. Forced to marry. In the case of 2017, a lot of cases have been filed in this regard. 27% of women married before the age of 18. That is before the legal age. Before the legal age, 27% of women are married. And another fact is that 7% of women married even before 15 years. That is, they are not brides, they are children. We never consider them as brides because they are children. So this is against. This type of crime automatically barring down the women to empower themselves. After the marriage, they are assigned the household duties, parenting, etc., etc. So automatically, the child marriage, the system of child marriage, allowing the women to empower themselves. Acid attack. It is inhuman, cruel, but anyhow it is occurring in India. As per the data, National Crime Bureau record, 2014-18, the recorded cases, that is 1,483. In the year 2017 only, about 500 cases have been filed. Acid attack cases have been filed. On the other fact is, most of the cases are unreported. Apprehending some of the consequences, apprehending some of the dire consequences. That is, people are not ready to report the case. There are many cases, unreported cases in India with reference to acid attack. Most of the acid attack is due to rejection of marriage or not accepting sexual advances. So it is one of the crimes, one of the violence against in India, against women in India. And another crime is that is female foeticide as well as the infanticide. As per the data, that is 10 million female fetuses were aborted in the last 2 decades. In the last 20 years, nearly 10 million female fetuses have been aborted. Already there are laws. It is warning the doctors it should not be done. But anyhow, the practice is going on, availing the loopholes. That is another fact is 22% of the overall mortality is due to the female infanticide. Apart from common death, the 22% of the mortality is duly because of the female infanticide, killing the infants, female infants. Murder, it is a murder. We are killing the young people, infants, averting their existence in the universe. No one is having right to kill the other, but anyone Anyhow, we are killing the infants, particularly the female infants. How to the last portion is how to overcome the problem. That is crime against women, violence against women, the discrimination against women. How to avert, how to overcome, how to combat the problems, offenses against women. The first one is legal literacy. We have to know the basics of the law, the primary level in the law. We have to know. For example, there are a number of laws: Prohibition of Child Marriage Act, Special Marriage Act, Dowry Prohibition Act, Indian Divorce Act, Maternity Benefit Act. There are a lot of laws we have to understand. Suppose we are going to meted out related to this time act, we automatically go forward and file a complaint and get redressal for our things. So we have to be aware of. At least we have to know something about the laws relating to our women community. Otherwise, the problem will persist or will multiply more and more in percentage. And how to overcome the problem, that is discrimination and crimes against women. That is, we have to empower ourselves. We have to empower ourselves. We should not depend upon the man community. How to empower? How to develop our ability to enjoy our rights. We have to develop, understand the scenario in India. We have to have some ability to enjoy our rights. For example, we are having a right to express our ideas. Suppose we are having a problem, we have to discuss, we have to express the things. We should have benefit from our economic activities. For example, suppose I am totally collapsed medically, I have to spend cost. Suppose that amount. And women should have ability to manage the risk. And another thing is improve economic status and well-being of our well-being. Empowerment of young women in of ability to enjoy the rights, benefiting from the economic activities, our ability to manage the risk. And another thing, that is improving our economic activity. Suppose we are going to improve our economic status, automatically we will challenge crimes against the human being. For example, that is, we are spending 6 hours per day for women are employed. That is the organized sectors. The women, that is 60.7% of the women are employed in the service sectors. That is, women are spending 90% of their own income for their families. As we are spending their income on their families, as well as we are less provided employment in organized sectors. That is, we are still under empowerment. We have to empower ourselves by taking note of the points, the 4 points. We have to develop our ability to enjoy our rights. We have to benefit from our own economic activities and enhance our ability to managing our risk. Suppose we are considering the 4 points, automatically we get some empowerment. the minuses, there are a lot of minuses. For example, we are sparing 6 hours for our family. That's why we are not able to empower economically by earning money. For example, we are provided 3.40% employment in the organized sectors. We have to try for the same. We have to get more percentage of employment in the organized sectors. The only possible or favorable data is that is women in the case of teaching as well as nursing. We are sharing more percentage, that is 60.7%. We are playing much more role comparing the men. So we have to empower ourselves. Suppose we have to empower ourselves, automatically we have to combat the problems against the womenhood. Another one is gender neutrality. Gender neutrality. What is meant by gender neutrality? Gender neutrality is nothing but we never distinguish people by gender. We never distinguish people by gender. We have to avoid gender roles. For example, there is a standardized rule in India, that is women for kitchen but a men for office. This type of gender roles must be avoided. General and using gender neutral language. We have to use only gender neutral language. For example, that is flying. In those days, there was a usage general term, that is air hostess. Nowadays that is not used. Instead of the word, we are using flight attendant. General neutral terms we are using. Similarly, in those days the term was firefighter, fireman. Nowadays firefighter. In those days policeman. Nowadays police officer. That is avoiding gender terms. We have to avoid gender terms. Instead of that, we have to use gender neutral terms. For example, that is girl, boy. Instead of differentiating, we have to use the word children or child. And another thing is implementing common dress code in educational institutions. There is no need to recommend different set of dress codes. It should be common. So automatically, suppose it is to be implemented, there should not be any possibility for gender divide. Gender divide. And another one is the parents should be very neutral in handling their children. Another one is literature and media. Banning non-gender neutrals in literatures and media. Some of the literature, even in Tamil, focusing more the men, the less the women. Even in the stories, dramas, medias, etc., cinemas, that is, men are more focused, that women the less. So that is neutral. There must be some general neutrality in the case of roles played by both. We have to use only general neutral language and terms. We have to use common dress code both for men and women, and the parents must be very neutral in the case of handling the daughter or son. And apart from that, in the literature, particularly in the school syllabi, there must be some neutrality. That is, both the men as well as women must be focused, presented in a balanced way. The last part, that is, we are having a number of apps, but in the case of women, in most cases, we are not good at handling the apps. But anyhow, at least we have to know how to download some of the security apps for the sake of our interest. For example, lot of apps. Kavalan, it is by our Tamil Nadu police. I watch SOS. Suppose you are stressed, you have to touch the button, automatically we will be rescued. Spot in Save, another security app. I Go Safely, another security app. Smart 24/7, another one. Be Safe, another app for women. Safe to Safety, another app. The Tricky, these are some of the apps we have to download and also know how to handle the apps. Suppose we are in the stage of stress and problems. And there are number of helplines, women helplines. Women helpline all India 1091, women helpline domestic abuse. We are now it is in use 181. In the corona period, in the COVID-19 period, it is helpful to most of the women in India. That is a police helpline. That is 100. National Commission for Women. That there is a number. You have to note down the number. Student Child Helpline 1098. Student Helpline, Child Helpline. Tamil Nadu Women Helpline. There is a number. We have to note down and keep it safe in our cell phone. And Tamil Nadu State Commission for Women. There is a number. And domestic violence COVID. It is a common all over India. That is, we may use the number 181 at any time, at any moment. Suppose we have to feel that we are not safe. And apart from that, the government is distributing and a lot of pamphlets, leaflets, advertisements for the sake of making some awareness among the women in India for the empowerment, as well as to keep them away from the violence as well as the crimes. So there is a overall picture, that is a crime clock. What is going on in a particular 24 hours in India now? Now this is in this moment, each and every woman, at least in a level or other, facing some problem. What we are facing now, in this second, in this moment, one dowry death every 77 minutes, one sexual harassment every 53 minutes, one rape every 20 minutes, one molestation every 15 minutes, one crime in total, in general, in every 3 minutes. So every minute we are facing some problem. We are living in the planet Earth. It is much suitable for human living, but we are come across this type of problems every minute. Another one, that is crime calendar. We are in the 21st century, but that is cases against women, crimes against women, violence, atrocities against women are going on jumping, like that of COVID-19. For example, the rape case in India, nearly 20,000, but it jumped to 24,000. Kidnapping, abduction of women, 20,000, and it was a jump going on 35,000 in the year 2011. Dowry death, that is there is a data, and cruelty by husband or relatives, that is roughly around 1 lakh. Now we are in the 2020. It might have crossed the 1 lakh. So lot of problems we are come acrossing. So that's why this webinar has been organized by Department of History, Tiruvallur College, Tirunelveli, because we are in urgent need of our to focus all type of problems against women, because we are having right to live. We have to have rights to keep ourselves with much dignity. That's why this program has been organized. So last the penultimate part of the session. Any act in any form against women is against the Constitution of India. Not only against the Constitution of India, it is against the humanity. So that's why that is the violence, the crime, the discrimination against women must be stopped immediately with the help of constitutional, legal, judicial, other international provisions. Otherwise, we have to face continuously this type of problems. Suppose this type of problem existing, persisting continuously, women should opt for another alternative. We have to search for another planet exclusively for women community. So that is why we have to say no to the violence for the sake of women as well as the sake of humanity. So I again thank the organizing committee for giving me some wonderful opportunity to presenting on the topic, the Indian women and doldrums, discrimination and crimes. So I am ever thankful to the organizing committee as well as participants for interacting with this presentation.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am.
Sir, any question? Any interaction?
Wait, ma'am. The participants open to all. If you have any clarification, any doubts, to ask me, the resource person, Dr. Sankari, ma'am. Anybody here? Participants, please ask the questions through the chat box or your audible. If you have any clarification, open to all participants. Yeah, this time of questionnaire session, the participants, please ask your questions. Participants, please your questions, the chat box or ask the resource person. Anybody? Yeah, participant side or question, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
How can we stop discrimination?
Sir, through empowerment, we are having right to live. We are having some aspiration to keep up our modesty. So that is the first one is we have to aspire. Suppose we are going to aspire, automatically we have to reach.
Yeah, another one question. What are the causes for affected in human being in India?
What are the?
What are the causes? What are the causes for affected in
We are
human
affected
being in
because of
India?
that is the there are number of causes. In the first portion, we have discussed about that. The lot of causes: poverty, patriarchy, illiteracy, health hazards, etc., etc. There is a discrimination between men and women. That is, society has a distinguished the humanity into two, men and women. This divide, gender divide automatically leads to discrimination. The discrimination leads to violence. Suppose that is society is equal, the society is considered as equal, there should not be any problem. The problem is rooted in the imbalance, men and women.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, tell ma'am. Tell me.
One
Ask your
question from the
question.
participation side. Gender-based biasness, chronological relating respect, wages, representation in all fields and areas. Just explain about that, ma'am.
Madam? Hello?
Please explain about the gender-based biasness, chronological, relating respect, wages, and representation in all fields and areas. Can you get my question, ma'am?
Madam, one by one you ask. What about the first doubt?
Gender-based biasness.
Gender-based bias. For example, that is, you know about it. That is dowry system. We are giving, it is a bias or not?
Yeah.
But another son preference. You know about infanticide. Female infants are being killed, not the male. Bias. For example, more than 80% of the women are involving in agriculture. That is, women are more of the revenue to the family. What about on the side of the men? Bias. That is, more weightage is given to the men, less to the women. Because of, that is already, we have said that, it is rooted in prehistoric times. Muscle power. Those who are using muscle power in those days were considered as powerful. The muscle power was used to make the women submissive.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anybody ask your questions? Yeah, nobody in there. Any questions, clarification, ma'am?
Okay, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your nice presentation and informative and valuable for this COVID-19 and pandemic lockdown period. Thank you so much, ma'am. There's a great awareness for the peoples and great awareness for the scholars and faculty members and publics. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Sir, this is the crime against women is a second pandemic, next pandemic.
Yeah, okay.
Killed. It should be totally shattered. Otherwise,
Okay,
it will be another problem. You are facing only one problem, that is pandemic. We are facing two problems. One is the pandemic, another one is this type of violence.
yeah, yes, ma'am. Correct, ma'am. Correct.
So it should be averted.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Then I would like to deliver the vote of thanks. Dr. Madurai Veeran, sir. Sir, welcome, sir.
Hello.
Yeah. Tell me, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon. I am Madhuran. This is the time for thanks address. Today, we are conducting the webinar. I have the Department of History has expressed the sincere thanks to all. Firstly, I pay our sincere thanks to Kurumaha Sannidhan, Tavathiru Kundakudi, Ponnambala Adigalar. Secondly, the principal of this college, Dr. S. Sundaram sir. Thirdly, the Dr. L. Ravi Shankar sir, head of the department and IQAC coordinator, captain of the college. So I pay my thanks to Dr. Ravi Shankar sir. By the way, there is a resource person. She is working in Annamalai University. The resource person is our department best friend. She delivered sincere, wonderful address, speech, very useful, excellent speech. She delivered, she told, she expressed the condition of the women. What are the problems are faced by the women community is all that are expressed by our resource person. The government of India, the state government also enacted number of acts for women community to get their rights. This all are expressed by our resource person very, very sincerely, and also all the words used by our madam is very correctly and very perfectly. So I pay my sincere and special thanks to our resource person, Dr. Sangari madam. At the same time, there is a Dr. Adikam sir, there is a Dr. Rajesh sir. They both were a person to organize this webinar. So I thank our thanks to Dr. Adikam sir and Rajesh sir. And also, we pay our thanks to all the professors, all the scholars, all the students, and all the participants. Thank you very much all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
The all participants, thank you so much for your valuable support. We hope to see you tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. with the next topic for the discrimination among the human being in India. Thank you. Thank you so much.